Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Manchester and postseason baseball. The Decorah Vikings will play in a Class 3A District 6 semifinal, taking on the Independence Mustangs. Independence is 15-25. Decorah is 15-17. The Vikings are the home team because they are the higher-seeded team in the sub-state. Decorah was the number 4 seed. Independence was the number 5 seed. My name is Darren Swenson, and here is the starting lineups for Independence, coming in with a record of 15-25. The shortstop, Colin Butzloff, leads off. Seth House is the catcher. Kenyon Hush is the left fielder. Matt McMillan, the pitcher. Nick Steger at first base. Luke House, the designated hitter, for Spencer Pink, the center fielder. Cyrus Butters in right field, Tom Reef at third base, and Clay Sturts is the second baseman. And that lineup will face Colin Nimrod, 9-5 on the season, a 1.35 ERA. Opponents hitting 166 against him. 93 innings, 66 hits, 18 earned runs, 20 walks, and 75 strikeouts. Dan Klein will call the balls and strikes, and Bob Jacobson will work the base pass in this first district semifinal here tonight. In game number 2, Walk-On will take on West Delaware. The winner of this one will play the winner of that one in the district final here in Manchester on Monday night. Colin Butzloff is ready to face Colin Nimrod. It is 5:02, and we're about ready for postseason baseball on AM 1240 KDC. Butzloff swings and flies one into right. It's over the head of Bohr, and it's all the way to the fence. Butzloff will be at second. He's getting waved to third. Relay throw from Sinkink is not in time. A leadoff triple for Butzloff, his second of the season. Independence with a runner at third with nobody out here in the first inning. So Butzloff at third, nobody out, and Seth House will be the batter. House, a .215 hitter with no extra base hits and 10 RBI. Vikes will play the infield up the corners and back up the middle. Will set the Viking defense momentarily as House looks at a strike at the knee, 0-1. Cole Minks in left, Jake Hovden in center, Austin Bohr in right. Tyler Dostal at third, Brett LaRue at short, Andy Sinkik at second, and Jake Marlowe at first. The 0-1 delivery is a fastball outside for 1 ball, 1 strike. Caleb Qualley behind the plate, and Colin Nimrod on the hill. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Nimrod comes set, and the 1-1 delivery swung on and missed. Good dropping breaking ball on the inner half to the right hand, hitting south, and it's, or rather House, I should say. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at third, nobody out. Just underway in the district semifinal, and the pitch swung on and missed as House helps out Nimrod by chasing a fastball up in the zone. Runner at third, 1 down, and Kenyon Hush will be the batter, a .286 hitter with 3 doubles, 1 triple, no home runs, and 15 RBI. Nimrod working out of the stretch with the runner at third and 1 down. Colin comes set, and the pitch swung on and missed at a curve, 0-1. Both these teams looking to right the ship coming into postseason play. Both teams have lost 8 of 10 as they open up the second season here tonight. Nimrod with the pause, the 0-1 bunt, and he bunted through it. The safety squeeze, I believe, was called, or might not have been called, but nonetheless, it's no balls and 2 strikes now. There was no go from the runner at third and Butzloff, and now with 2 strikes, you'd imagine they wouldn't be bunting at all. No balls, 2 strikes, runner at third and 1 down. Nimrod ready in the 0-2, a ground ball to the right side, fielded on multiple hops by Sinkik. He bobbles it, the runner will reach, and Independence takes a 1-0 lead. Kenyon Hush reaches on the error. Butzloff would have scored either way since the middle infield was playing back. Butzloff scores on the Sinkink error, and Matt McMillan will try to help his own cause. McMillan, a left-hand hitter against the right-hander, Nimrod. The pitch swung on and a ground ball to the first base side. It's bobbled there by Marlowe. Sinkink picks it up, but too late. And the Vikings, whose defense has been anything but consistent this year, have committed 2 errors here in the first inning. And Matt McMillan will get a courtesy runner as Nick Holt will be the courtesy runner for Matt McMillan. And Nick Steger will be the batter. 1-0 Independence, top half the first inning. Steger at 227, 2 doubles, no triples, no home runs, 17 RBIs. First and second, one down. Ground ball to the third base side. LaRue will field. He'll throw to first base to get the out there with both runners moving up. It was a slowly hit ball to the left side of the infield, and realistically, that was the only play that Brett had. The runners move up. The Vikes do get the second out of the inning, and the designated hitter, Luke House, will be the batter. 1-0 Independence, top half the first inning. A leadoff triple by Butzloff, and he came home on a fielding error. The pitch blown away from Collin. No ball, or 1 ball, no strikes. These teams both struggle to score runs on the season. Independence played 40 games this year and scored 3 or less 25 times. 1-0 delivery, inside corner for a strike, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Decorah has had their struggles offensively as well. They've scored 3 or fewer in 17 of their 32 runs. Curveball at the knees, taken for a strike on the outside edge to the right hand, hitting House. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nimrod in at Qualley for the sign. Working out of the stretch in the second and third 2-out situation. The pitch swung on and missed at a pitch in the dirt. Qualley will pick it up and toss an easy toss down to first base and Jake Marlowe. And the Vikes get out of it with no further damage. But Independence with 1 run, 1 hit, 2 errors, and 2 runners left on base. We head to the bottom half of the first inning. Independence 1 and Decorah coming to bat, and the Vikings will bat this way. Leading off the pitcher, Colin Nimrod. Batting second in center field, Jake Hovden. Hitting third at shortstop, Brett LaRue. Batting fourth at first base, Jake Marlowe. Hitting fifth at second base, Andy Sinkink. Hitting sixth, the catcher, Caleb Qualley. Batting seventh in right field, Austin Bohr. Hitting eighth, the designated hitter, Gabe Varney. Varney batting for the third baseman, Tyler Dostal, and batting ninth and in left field, Cole Minks. And that lineup will face Matt McMillan, a junior right-hander, a 2-4 record, 4.33 ERA. His 7th start, his 15th appearance, 43 2/3 innings, 56 hits, 27 earned runs, 10 walks, and 38 strikeouts. His defense behind him will be Kenyon Hush in left, Spencer Pink in center, Cyrus Butters in right. Tom Reef at third, Colin Butzloff at short, Clay Sturtz at second, Nick Steger at first, Seth House behind the plate, and Matt McMillan on the hill. A 1-0 lead for Independence as we start the bottom half of the first inning. Again, Decorah, the home team, for being the higher seeded team in the sub-state. Nimrod at 333 with 9 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run, and 14 RBI. The first pitch to Collin, swinging a foul at the plate. It's no balls and 1 strike. Decorah, 15-17 team. They did end their regular season on the right foot with a 7-2 win at Waterloo West on Tuesday night. They were shut out for 5 innings but scored 7 times in their last 2 at-bats as the pitch goes high. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Nimrod. A 1-0 lead for Independence here in the bottom of the first inning. The breaking ball taken for a strike on the outside edge, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. This is the first time these two programs have met since 1990. The pitch a little low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. In fact, the last time Independence played Decorah, their head coach was Pat Murphy, who is now the head softball coach, one of the most successful ones in the nation at Alabama. Curveball in the dirt, 3 balls, 2 strikes on Colin Nimrod. And part of the reason for that is Independence plays in the WAMAC, a 15-team conference, and they don't get the opportunity to play out of league too much. The 3-2 delivery, swinging a foul right side and out of play. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Decorah has played West Delaware every year, but they're the only WAMAC team they play with any regularity. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the count. McMillan delivers, and the pitch swung on, fly ball down the right field line, foul. So we will do it again at 3 balls, 2 strikes to Colin Nimrod. McMillan kicks and deals, and the 3-2 delivery is low for ball 4. So a good at-bat for Colin Nimrod. Fouling off 2 pitches with 2 strikes and working McMillan for an 8-pitch at-bat and a walk. Runner at first, nobody out. 1-0 Independence in the bottom of the first. Jake Hovden is a .430 hitter with 4 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and a team-leading 19 RBI. A move to first base, and Nimrod back to the bag diving. Colin 5 for 5 in the steal department this year. McMillan working out of the stretch for the first time in the ball game. The pitch taken outside. Colin goes throw down to second base, and he is retired. The second baseman, Clay Sturtz, takes the throw from Seth House. And 1 down here in the inning. So a leadoff walk turns into a 1 down and nobody on. 1-0 to Hovden, and the pitch goes low. 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0 the count on Jake Hovden. Independence leading 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. The 2-0 swing and a foul back to the screen. 2 balls and 1 strike. Decorah has won the last 3 times they have played on this diamond. All of the times have been against West Delaware, obviously. 2 balls, 1 strike to count, and the pitch swung on, hit towards the first base side and caught in the air by Nick Steger. And there is 2 down here in the inning. 2 down and nobody on. The batter is Brett LaRue. 1-0 Independence, bottom of the first. LaRue at .427 with 6 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 14 RBI. First offering. Strike on the outside edge, no balls, 1 strike. We're playing at the Beckman Sports Complex on the south side of Manchester. Very nice baseball field. A couple of youth fields adjacent to this one as well, as the curveball taken low from McMillan. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Just down the road from the Delaware County Fairgrounds. Delaware County Fair going on this week. Pitch goes high on the fastball. It's 2 balls, 1 strike, if you're familiar with the area. We are a ways away from West Delaware High School. 2 balls, 1 strike in the pitch. Curveball outside. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. West Delaware plays soccer and track out at this complex as well. Their football field, one of few that doesn't have a track around it. 3-1, swung on and missed. Good changeup from McMillan, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 down first inning, a 1-0 lead for Independence. Butzloff got on a triple to start the game and came home on an error. The 3-2, swinging a foul back to the screen. Count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes on Brett LaRue. 44% of the runs Decorah has given up this year have been unearned. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Swinging a foul back, so LaRue making McMillan work as Colin Nimrod did in the initial at-bat of the game. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count. McMillan kicks and deals, and the 3-2 to LaRue is a fastball up for ball 4. So Jake Marlowe will get a chance here in the bottom of the first inning. Marlowe at .294 with a double, no triples, no home runs, and 16 RBI. LaRue will lead at first, held on there by Steger. McMillan back to the stretch with the runner on base, and the pitch outside to Marlowe. 1 ball, no strikes. McMillan in at his catcher, Seth House, for the sign, and the pitch. Breaking ball caught the corner outside edge to the right hand, hitting Marlowe, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. One and one, the pitch. Curveball inside corner for a strike, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Jake. A 1-0 lead for Independence. 2 down and a runner at first here in the bottom of the first inning. McMillan comes set in the 1-2 delivery. Swung on and a ground ball to the left side. Backhand stop made it short by Butzloff. He'll throw across the diamond and on a bang-bang play. Marlowe retired, and that's that here in the first inning. 2 walks, 1 left, 1 done. It is Independence leading by a 1-0 margin. 1-0 lead for Independence starting the second inning. Mostly sunny sky, a hot night here in Independence, or in Manchester against Independence. First ball swinging is Cyrus Butters. He grounds one to first. Fielded there by Marlowe. He'll take 2 steps to his left to retire Butters on the initial pitch of the second inning. 1 down here in the second inning, and the batter is Tom Reef. The third baseman is hitting .235 with a double, no triples, no home runs, and 11 RBI. Nimrod's first offering is a fly ball out into left center field, but a good jump by Jake Hubden, and he'll run it down in shallow to medium depth left center. 2 pitches, 2 outs in the second inning. Clay Sturts is the number 9 hitter in the lineup. Sturts is a .286 hitter. That's tied for the team lead with 3 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 14 RBI. He'll take the first pitch, and it goes outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Colin Butzloff and triple to start the game, and he came home on an error and out later in the first inning, and that has given Independence their lead as the pitch taken for a strike on the outside edge to the left-hand hitting Sturts. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 delivery from Nimrod. Caught the corner on the breaking ball outside edge, so it's now 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're in the top of the second inning. The Mustangs leading 1-0. Colin ready, and the 1-2 offering. Outside corner, strike 3 called. So the Independence Mustangs go quietly in the second inning. 3 up, 3 down. We're an inning and a half complete in the district semifinals. Independence leading by a 1-0 margin. Bottom of the second inning. It is a 1-0 lead for Independence. Discussing wardrobe here on the first base side. Hitters 5, 6, and 7 due for Decorah in inning number 2. Andy Sinkink, Caleb Qualley, and Austin Bohr. Sinkink is a .279 hitter with 4 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 11 RBI. Vikings got a couple of base runners on. One was erased via a caught stealing in that first inning. McMillan throws high to Sinkink. 1 ball, no strikes. The Vikings have had a decent approach at the plate. McMillan getting ready to throw his 28th pitch already. The 1-0 delivery taken for a strike on the inside edge. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. By comparison, Colin Nimrod through 2 has only thrown 21 pitches, despite the fact that he's down in the ballgame. 1-1 to count, and the pitch goes low. It's 2 balls, 1 strike on Andy Sinkink. Winner of this one will face the winner of West Delaware walk-on later on tonight. The 2-1 swung on and missed. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. That'll be Monday night. The district opposite of this one going on in Waverly tonight. West Delaware and Waverly were the top 2 seeds. Pitch swung on and fouled away. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. That means they had the right to host the districts. 2-2 delivery. Curveball low and away, and it's 3 balls, 2 strikes. Charles City and Owine taking on one another in Waverly tonight, and later on it'll be Waverly, Shellrock, and Cresco as they divided up this sub-state kind of east-west. 3-2 swung on and missed. A curveball down and away, and Sinkink down on strikes. 1 down in the second inning. And Caleb Qualley will be the batter. A 1-0 lead for Independence. Qualley at .239, no extra base hits, and 15 RBI on the season. Caleb in from the right-hand side of the plate against the right-hander McMillan. As the pitch swung on, fouled away, right side and out of play. No balls and 1 strike. Mustangs a tally in the top of the first inning, and it's held up through 2. Decorah is the home team by being the higher seed. 0-1 delivery, smack towards left field, and a base hit. So Caleb will reach on a single to left field. And Cameron Korsnes will get his courtesy at first base. And Austin Bohr will be the batter. Bohr, a .219 hitter with 3 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 7 RBI. A runner at first, 1 down, second inning. 1-0 Independence. Austin Bohr into the right-hand side of the batter's box to face the right-hander McMillan. Move to first base and Cameron back to the bag. McMillan, a flat-footed throw over to first base, and Korsnes back to the bag diving once again. McMillan in at Seth House for the sign. Comes set, and the pitch swung on, and a ground ball up the middle, fielded right on the bag at short by Butzloff. He'll get that out and throw it to first base for a double play. So a 6-3 double play retires the side in the second inning. 1 hit, nobody left. We head to the bottom of the second. Independence leading by a 1-0 margin. Independence leading 1-0 as we start the top of the third inning. Colin Nimrod has given up 1 hit. That was to the man that will lead off this inning, Colin Butzloff. He tripled, and an out later he came home on an error. Vikings committed 2 errors in that first inning. They've averaged 2.1 errors a game this year, and most coaches will tell you to play winning baseball, you probably have to keep that average right around 1.5 or fewer. This is high school baseball. Mistakes are going to get made, but you have to limit them to be successful. Colin Butzloff swung at the first pitch, tripled, and scored in the first inning. He takes a curve inside edge for a strike to start this at bat. No balls and 1 strike. 1 strike to nothing. A curveball misses low as Butzloff squared to bunt. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Colin on the mound spells it with 2 L's. The Colin at the plate spells it with 1. The pitch inside, and it hit him. The curveball that doesn't curve, and Butzloff will reach first on the hit by pitch. So for the second time in 3 frames, the Mustangs get their leadoff runner on, and the batter will be Seth House, who struck out swinging in the first 0 for 1. Butzloff will lead at first base. Colin will throw over there to send him back diving to the bag. Butzloff 4 for 4 in the steal department this year. Neither of these teams run a lot. He takes off. The pitch swung on and missed. Qualley's throw down to second base is late. So the hit and run was on. Seth House at the plate swung and missed at a curveball down and away. In fairness to Qualley, it wasn't the easiest pitch to handle to give him a realistic chance of a kid who got a good jump. 0-1 delivery, pitch high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner at second, nobody out here in the third. A 1-0 lead for Independence. The first round of district baseball. 1-1 delivery. Missed the low and away, and it's down 2 balls and 1 strike. House has been squaring to bunt the last couple of times. The pause and the 2-1 bunted up the first base side. Nimrod will field. He'll apply the tag to the runner going by. House gets the sacrifice accomplished, 1 unassisted. And now Butzloff will be at third base with 1 down for Kenyon Hush. Hush reached on an error which allowed Butzloff to score in the first inning. A 1-0 lead for Independence, top half of the third. Nimrod will step off. Hush, just a freshman. This Independence team, a very young team, no seniors on the squad. Hush takes a curve for a strike on the inner half to the right-hand hitter. No balls and 1 strike. Nimrod comes set. 0-1 delivery, ground ball foul, first base side. So it's no balls and 2 strikes on Kenyon Hush with the cleanup hitter and pitcher Matt McMillan on deck. A 1-0 lead for Independence, and Hush trying to get a crooked number up on the board. The pause by Nimrod, the pitch, fastball just missed outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pause and the 1-2. Swung on and missed at a curveball. Callan gets his second strikeout. Correction, his third strikeout. And 2 down in the inning for Matt McMillan. McMillan reached on an error in the first inning, officially 0 for 1. We play the top half of the third. It is 1-0 Independence as Nimrod steps off the rubber. Pitcher against pitcher matchup, left-hand hitter against the right-hander Nimrod. First pitch to McMillan, a ground ball wide of third and foul. No balls and 1 strike to count. Interesting stat I found during my research for this game. Callan has 5 losses this year. Decorah has given him a total of 6 runs of run support in those 5 losses. 0-1 delivery, ground ball up the first base side, foul. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. 5 came in one game, 1 came in another, and Decorah was shut out 3 times when Colin Nimrod was on the hill. Nothing and 2 the count with 2 down. The 0-2 delivery, ground ball to the right side. Playing back on it is Sinkink at second, and he'll field and throw to first base to retire McMillan, and that's that in the third. A hit by pitch and 1 down, or 1 runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the third inning. It is Independence leading by a 1-0 margin. 1-0 Independence as we go to the bottom of the third inning. By the way, tomorrow night we will have 2A District Final baseball on the air as New Hampton takes on Southwind. We'll have it for you at 6:50 right here on AM 1240 KDC. Gabe Varney will lead things off in the third inning. He'll look at a strike, 0-1. Varney at 205, 2 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 9 RBI. He's batting 8th as the DH, batting for Tyler Dostal tonight. Left-hand hitter against the right-hander McMillan, and a ground ball up the middle is going to get through for a base hit. So for the second time in 3 frames, the Vikes will get their leadoff runner on. Varney at first and nobody out for Cole Minks. Minks 9 for 24 this year. He's .375. 2 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 2 RBI. Stepping off the rubber is McMillan. Three-step lead at first base by Varney. The pause and the pitch as Minks squares to bunt. Looks at it high. 1 ball, no strikes. New series of signs from Coach Olenzak in the third base box. Minks back into the right-hand batter's box. McMillan now comes set. Chest high set, and Minks bunts it foul. Third base side and out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Varney's the runner at first. He got on a leadoff single. 2 hits for Decorah, 1 hit for Independence thus far. A lead at first by Varney. Chest high set for McMillan in the 1-1. Bunted, third base side. Charging is Reef. He'll pick it up. He'll throw to first base with Steger covering. The sacrifice complete, 5-3. And now the top of the order bats with one out and a runner in scoring position. Colin Nimrod walked in the bottom of the first inning. It was a good at-bat as well as he worked McMillan for 8 pitches. McMillan, a right-hander against the right-hander Nimrod as the pitch goes outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Varney away from second. Sturts, the second baseman, will play a little cat and mouse with him. The pause and the pitch outside. 2 balls, no strikes to count on Nimrod. Vikes trailing at 1-0. But for the first time tonight, they have a runner in scoring position. McMillan, a look back at second, and the 2-0 delivery inside for 3 balls, no strikes now with Jake Hovden on deck. Three and 0 the count. Varney away from second. McMillan comes set, looks at second, and Nimrod squares to bunt, pulled it back, and took it high, and Nimrod draws his second free pass of the night. Varney at second, Nimrod at first, and Jake Hovden will be the batter. Hovden popped to first his first time up, 0 for 1. First real scoring threat of the night for Decorah as Hovden looks at the first one high, 1 ball, no strikes. McMillan has thrown 5 straight out of the zone. And McMillan already getting ready to throw his 47th pitch. Nimrod, by comparison, has thrown 32 through 3. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch. Inside corner for a strike as Jake was taken all the way. As the Vikes were in, forced him to throw a strike mode there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Varney off a second. Nimrod off a first. Steger plays behind him there. The 1-1 is blowing in the dirt. It gets by the catcher house, so the runners will move up 90 feet. Varney to third. Nimrod to second. It's 2-1 on Hovden, the team RBI leader.
Come on, Jake. Get him home. Come on, Jake.
Independence leads 1-0 in a visit from the Independence dugout. The infield not a part of the conversation, just the pitching coach and battery chatting on the mound. Coach O taking some time to talk to runners and hitters in the third base box. The Decorah meeting ends. Now the meeting on the mound will end. Pitching coach back to the third base dugout. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Infield playing halfway up the middle. They'll play up at the corners. It's 2-1 on Hovden with Varney at third, Nimrod at second, and 1 down. McMillan comes set and the pitch well outside. It is 3 balls and 1 strike. Three balls and 1 strike to count. Gabe away from third, Colin away from second. McMillan comes set, 3-1 to Hovden, swung on, popped up shallow right field, and that one is going to be caught by Butters, tagging at third, but now stopping is Varney, and that's the second out of the inning. It was a blooper up the right field side, and Butters had to come a long way, and he ended up making a running grab with all of his inertia moving forward. It's probably best that Varney didn't chance it. Second and third, 2 down for Brett LaRue, who drew a walk in the first inning. 1-0 Independence, bottom of the third. LaRue looks at a strike on the inside edge. No balls and 1 strike. Decorah has gotten 6 of their first 11 hitters on, but hasn't dented home plate yet. Fastball up from McMillan. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. 1-0 Independence. They got a tally in the first inning, and it's held up 3 innings later. Or technically 2 innings later, depending on your perspective. 1-1 delivery, swung on a ground ball towards third, fielded near the bag by the third baseman Reeve. Throw to first base, bobbled at first base by the first baseman Steger. Everyone will be safe, and the game is tied. Reeve fielded that ball right on the bag, threw it across the diamond. It was a one-hop throw that was difficult to handle, and Steger couldn't come up with it. We are tied at 1, and Jake Marlowe will be the batter. He grounded to short in the first, 0 for 1. Runners at the corners, 2 down. Third inning, 1-1 the score. And the pitch swung on, foul ball, right field side, angling over is Steger, but it lands up the line to our right, our broadcast vantage point, just to the right or outside of the first base dugout, which is occupied by Decorah. No balls and 1 strike to count. Walk-on bus just pulling in. The 0-1 delivery inside. Marlowe thought about it, but thought better of it. It is 1 ball, 1 strike. A check to the base pass, and Bob Jacobson, the base umpire, says no. 1-1 the count. Away from first, LaRue. Down the line from third is Nimrod. 1-1 delivery outside for 2 balls and 1 strike. McMillan has thrown a heck of a lot of pitches thus far. Getting ready for pitch number 58 thus far, and Marlowe swings and fouls it right side and out of play. So 2 balls, 2 strikes in what is now a 1-1 game between Decorah and Independence. The winner of this one will face the winner of Walk-On West Delaware Monday night here in Manchester in the district final. 2-2 pitch, runner goes. Pitch swung on, fouled away right side and out of play. LaRue was moving on that last offering. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count.
Come on, Brett.
2-2 the count. The pitch swung on a ground ball towards third and foul, so we'll do it again at 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's been 1 strikeout thus far for McMillan. He's had 38 and 43 and 2/3 innings coming in, so he's shown the ability to strike out people, at least if you look at the stat sheet. But the Vikes doing a good job battling at the plate. As a move to first base will send LaRue back diving to the bag. Decorah in the home whites, Independence with the camouflage tops and gray trousers. The runner goes again, and Marlowe fouls it off again, right side and out of play. So the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes, as there's been so many foul balls in the last few minutes that the home plate umpire has ran out of his supply. So Marlowe will see the 8th pitch of this at-bat from McMillan. Nimrod off a third, a lead at first by LaRue. A McMillan stretch. The runner goes again. The pitch outside. The throw down to second base is cut off by McMillan. Snap throw to third. Back to the bag. Diving is Nimrod. Second and third. 2 down. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count on Jake Marlowe. So LaRue steals second. And Marlowe will see the 9th pitch of his at-bat. 3-2. Swing and a miss. McMillan took a little something off and ultimately won the 9-pitch war. But the Vikes score 1 on 1 hit. There was 1 Independence error and 2 runners left on base. We are 3 innings complete in the district semifinal. Decorah and Independence are tied at 1. 1-1 game starting the top of the 4th inning. Hitters 5, 6, and 7 due for Independence. Nick Steger grounded to short his first time up. The pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Both teams have taken advantage of errors to score their runs thus far, as Independence has some action in their bullpen. 0-1 delivery, fastball for a strike, and it's 0-2. An error in the first inning scored Colin Butzlaff for Independence, who led off the game with the triple. A 2-out error in the third inning as the pitch swung on and missed. Nimrod with his 4th strikeout, 1 down here in the 4th inning.
Go, Luke, come on. Right away.
1 down, nobody on. And the batter is Luke House, who struck out swinging in the first. Correction, Colin now has 5 strikeouts. The pitch swung on and missed at a curve, 0-1. House just a 170 hitter. Independence starting the tournament without a 300 hitter in their lineup. We've touched on the fact that both these teams have struggled to score runs this year. The pitch goes high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Independence played their fully allowed 40-game schedule and scored 3 or fewer in 25 of those games. 1-1 delivery, swung on a little, never up the third base side. Charging there as Nimrod tries to barehand. He couldn't come up with it cleanly, so it'll be an infield hit for House. Swinging bunt works for the Mustangs. Runner at first, 1 down, and Cyrus Butters will be the batter. He grounded to first in the second, 0-1. Joey Zeiser is warming up in the bullpen for Independence. He is a right-hander and a sophomore. And here's a bunt foul off the bat of Butters. No balls and 1 strike. 1-1 game in the top of the 4th inning on a hot but beautiful night in Manchester. Move to first base, back to the bag. Diving is House. In this complex on the south edge of town. The pitch swung on, hammered towards right center field, and that one is going to be a gapper and all the way to the fence. Hovden retrieves the ball, hitting third, coming to the plate is Luke House. There will not be a play there. The throw to third base gets by Dostal. A triple by Cyrus Butters gives the Mustangs a 2-1 lead. Butters with his 4th triple and his 14th RBI of the season. A swinging bunt and a triple has put Independence back on top, and Tom Reef will be the batter. Reef flew out to center in the second, 0-1. The pause by Collin. He'll step off the rubber and chase Butters back to third. The pause by Nimrod in the pitch. The squeeze play is on. Dostal fields. He'll throw to the plate, and the out recorded. Nice bare-hand pickup by Tyler Dostal, who threw to the plate in plenty of time to retire Butters with Qualley on the receiving end. 2 down here in the inning. And Clay Sturts will bat with 2 outs for the Mustangs. Sturts struck out looking his first time up in the second, 0-1. A 2-1 lead for Independence as we play the top half of the 4th inning. Nimrod comes set, steps off, and now throws to first base. Back to the bag, diving is Reef. Nimrod in for the sign from Qualley. Comes set in the pitch. An inside-out swing and a foul ball up the first base side. Off the bat of Sturts. No balls, 1 strike. Reef away from first. Fastball outside to Sturts, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch swung on and a ground ball towards short. Charging there is LaRue, and he bobbles, and everyone's going to be safe. 3 errors for Decorah. Vikings with 69 errors this season in 33 games. First and second, 1 in, 2 down, and now Colin Butzloff, who's been on base twice, will get a chance. Tripled and scored in the first and was hit by a pitch in the third. Independence leading 2-1 in the top half of the fourth inning. Nimrod delivers and the pitch swung on, popped up. Foul, and Qualley couldn't find it, but it lands out of play. No balls, 1 strike. Reef off a second, Sturts off a first, time called by the batter. Nothing and 1 the count. Nimrod comes set, a look back at second, and the 0-1 offering swinging a foul right side and out of play, so it's nothing and 2 on Colin Butzloff. A 2-1 lead for Independence as we play the top half of the fourth inning. Colin ready, the 0-2 delivery, curveball missed outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Colin comes set, and the 1-2 delivery, a ground ball. Colin will field to the right of the mound. He'll throw a strike over to Jake Marlowe at first base, and the side out in the fourth inning. Independence scores 1 run on 2 hits, 1 Decorah error, and 2 runners left. Halfway home in the district semifinal, it is Independence leading Decorah by a 2-1 margin. Independence 2 runs on 3 hits and 1 error thus far. Decorah 1 run, 2 hits, and 3 errors thus far as we start the bottom half of the fourth inning. Again, a reminder, we'll have 2A district final baseball tomorrow night as the New Hampton Chickasaws and Southwind Warriors get together in Kilmer. Our coverage will begin at 6:50 on AM 1240 KDEC and also on KDECradio.com. Hard to believe 6 weeks from tonight is opening night for high school football. Slow down, Summer, please. Andy Sinkink will be the batter. He struck out swinging in the second, 0 for 1. The pitch swung on and fouled, right side out of play. No balls and 1 strike. Matt McMillan still on the hill. .64 pitches for McMillan thus far. He's given up 2 hits. He's walked 3. He struck out 2. McMillan looking for his 3rd win of the year. No balls, 1 strike, the count on Sinkink as that one hit towards right field. It'll land for a base hit. And that one bobbled out in right field by Butters, but not enough to warrant an extra base from Sinkink. Andy starts the fourth inning with a single to right. It is the 3rd time in 4 frames that Decorah has gotten their leadoff runner on. Caleb Qualley singled to left his first time up in the second, 1 for 1. A 2-1 lead for Independence as Qualley squares to bunt us up the first base side. McMillan will field, throw to Steger covering first. Sacrifice executed well, 1-3. Runner in scoring position with 1 down. And here is Austin Bohr. 2-1 Independence, bottom of the 4th inning. Bohr bounced into a double play in the 2nd inning. Bohr, right-hand hitter against the right-hander McMillan. Comes set and the pitch swung on, hit well down the left field line, but foul. I thought it was foul right off the bat, but that actually ended up being closer to fair than I thought. No balls and 1 strike. It only landed about 5 feet foul, around 20 feet in front of the fence out in left field. This is a reasonably deep ballpark in Manchester, although the official distances aren't listed on the fences. 0-1 delivery, ground ball up the middle, fielded at short by Butzloff. He'll throw to first base to retire Bohr. Sinkink moves to third, and Gabe Varney with the two-out RBI opportunity. Varney got an infield hit, or rather a single to center, and scored a run last inning. Decorah scored its run in the third inning with 2 outs. Varney trying to continue that trend. Gabe looks at the first pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes. The pause by McMillan. The 1-0 delivery. Strike catches the outside edge. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike count. Independence leading 2-1. We play the bottom half of the 4th inning. 1-1 delivery. Fastball outside. 2 balls, 1 strike count on Varney. The pause by McMillan and the pitch. Swinging a foul. Third base side. That one going to be out of play. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Two and 2 the count. McMillan comes set. A look towards third. The 2-2 delivery fouled off. Good battling there by Varney. Pretty good pitch on the outside edge. And he got enough on it that it was a foul ball and not a strikeout. 2 balls, 2 strikes. McMillan delivers. Curveball inside to Varney. And now it's 3 balls, 2 strikes with Cole Minks on deck. Three and 2, 2 down, runner at third. 3-2 delivery, swung on and ground ball to the right side. Fielded there by Sturts. He'll throw on to first base to retire Varney. And the side here in the 4th inning. 1 hit, 1 left, 4 innings complete. Independence leads Decorah by a 2-1. 2-1 Independence as we start the top half of the 5th inning. Seth House, Keaton Hush, and Matt McMillan for Independence in inning number 5 to face Colin Nimrod. Nimrod has thrown 47 pitches through 4. Has given up 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. Hasn't walked anybody and has struck out 5. Of the 3 hits Independence has 2 of them have been for triples. House is 0 for 1 officially in 3 at-bats. Starting his 3rd at-bat, pitch goes low, 1 ball, no strikes. House struck out swinging in the 1st, sacrificed a runner up in the 3rd. 1 ball, no strikes from Nimrod, and the pitch swing and a pop-up. Nimrod calling to the left of the mound. He will make the catch, 1 away in the 5th. 1 down, nobody on. Keaton Hush will be the batter. He reached on an error to allow a run to score in the 1st inning and struck out swinging in the 3rd. Independence got their run on a leadoff triple by Butzloff and a Decorah error in the 1st. An Indy error scored Decorah's run in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And an RBI triple by Cyrus Butters in the 4th inning gave Independence the lead they have right now, 2-1. Curveball outside from Nimrod, 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 delivery, a little bit low, 2 balls and no strikes to count. We're in the 5th. Again, Decorah, the home team. They were the higher seed in the sub-state. 2-0. Outside corner for a strike. It's 2-1. Talking to Coach O and the interview that played this morning on the Friday Sports Show. The 2-1 delivery is up for 3 balls and 1 strike. He could not remember the last time that Decorah had opened up 3A tournament play at a non-Northeast Iowa Conference school. 3-1 lone outside for ball 4. First walk for Colin Nimrod. Decorah has been fortunate enough to host in the last few years. They've gone to Cresco a couple of times and gone to walk on. 1 on, 1 out for Matt McMillan, trying to help his own cause. He reached on an error in the first and grounded to second in the third. 2-1 Independence, top half of the 5th inning. Runner goes, pitch swung on, fly ball left field. Retreating is Cole Minks. He will make the catch. Hush will hustle back to first. There'll be 2 outs in the top of the 5th. 2 down and a runner at first for Nick Steger. He's 0 for 2. He grounded to short in the first, struck out swinging in the 4th. Nimrod delivers. The runner goes. 1 hopper right back to Nimrod. He'll hustle over the first base side, apply the tag on Steger to retire the side. A walk and a runner left. We head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. It's a 2-1 lead for Independence. Bottom of the 5th inning we go. A 2-1 lead for Independence. Matt McMillan looking for his 3rd win of the year. He's given up 3 hits, 1 unearned run. He's walked 3 and he has struck out 2. Cole Minks will start things here in the 5th. Decorah has gotten their leadoff runner on in 3 of the 4 innings to this point. Minksy grounds one towards second. Field at second by Sturts. He'll throw on to first base to get Minks by a step. 1 pitch, 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Now the top of the order. And Colin Nimrod. Colin has drawn 2 free passes, 1 in the first, 1 in the 3rd. This is Vikings Radio, 1240 KDEC Decorah and KDECradio.com. Darren Swenson from Manchester tonight as Colin squares to bunt, pulls it back, and takes a curve low. 1 ball, no strikes. Independence with a run in the first, a run in the 4th. Decorah with a run in the bottom of the 3rd. Independence leads at 2-1. Winner of this one plays the winner of West Delaware and walk on Monday night. Pitch goes outside. 2 balls and 1 and no strikes now on Colin Nimrod. The sign from Seth House. McMillan winds up and fires, and a strike is called. 2 balls and 1 strike on Colin Nimrod. Winner plays Monday night. The loser calls it a season. The 2-1 swing and a drive into right field. Retreating is the right fielder. Leaping is Butters. He can't get there, and that's going to roll all the way to the fence. A stop sign at second base by Coach O, and a 1-out double for Colin Nimrod. He now has 10 on the season. Butters looked confused on that ball. That is the Sun Field at this time of the day. Don't know if that gave him any trouble or not, but a misplay leads to a double, and it looks like Independence is going to change pitchers. So the Independence coach coming out, and it looks like Matt McMillan is going to be lifted. We'll tell you about the changes here momentarily. Joey Zeiser is now in the game for Independence. Matt McMillan moves to 3rd. Zeiser on the season is 5-2 with a 2.15 ERA. This is his 3rd appearance out of the bullpen, his 10th appearance overall. 45 2/3 innings, 36 hits, 14 earned runs, 18 walks, and 27 strikeouts. Opponents hitting 180 against him. So McMillan done after 4 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 1 unearned run, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts, although Colin Nimrod is still his responsibility. So Zeiser will bat in the 8th spot in the order, replacing Tom Reef, who was playing 3rd base, and McMillan is now playing 3rd for Independence. The first pitch to Hovden is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Hovden popped to first in the 1st and flew out to right in the 3rd. A runner at second, one down. We're in the fifth. Independence leading by a 2-1 margin. The pause, and now stepping off is Zeiser. Zeiser, a right-hander, the 1-0 in there for a strike, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Zeiser, a sophomore. We talked about it. This is a very young team for Independence. No seniors on the squad. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Hovden. The pitch swung on and fouled away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We use that term young as a relative one, being the fact this is game 41 of the season. You really can't call these kids inexperienced anymore. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the count on Jake Hovden. The pause, a look back at second, and the 1-2 swung on and a looper out into center field, and that one will land for a base hit. Colin Nimrod had to wait and see if that ball was going to be caught, so he stays put at second base, first and second. 1 down here in the 5th inning for Brett LaRue. LaRue's been on base twice. He walked in the first. He reached on an error in the 3rd. When he reached on that error, that allowed Varney to score with Decorah's lone run. 2-1 Independence, bottom of the 5th. Zeiser delivers, and the pitch to LaRue is outside for 1 ball, no strikes. Collin off a second, Jake off a first. Steger plays behind him there. The pause by Zeiser, and the pitch, swinging a foul back. 1 ball, 1 strike count on LaRue. Tying run at second, go-ahead run at first for Decorah. 1 out in the 5th inning. Zeiser ready, 1-1 delivery, and that one up for 2 balls, 1 strike on Brett LaRue. The pause and the 2-1. Swing and a miss. LaRue swinging and missing at an off-speed pitch on the outer half of the plate. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nimrod off a second and Hovden off a first. The pause and the 2-2 delivery, swinging a foul back, so we'll do it again at 2 balls, 2 strikes to Brett LaRue. Zeiser ready, 2 looks at second. 2-2 to number 22 is a curveball that's fouled away. So we'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Seventh pitch of the at-bat upcoming. The pause by Zeiser, and the 2-2 to LaRue, swung on and missed at a pitch in the dirt. A big strikeout there for Joey Zeiser, and there's 2 down in the inning. And the batter will be Jake Marlowe. Marlowe grounded to short in the first, struck out swinging in the 3rd. 2-1 Independence, bottom of the 5th inning. And the pitch swung on, fly ball, right center field. That one is going to be not caught as Butters dove and couldn't get there. Nimrod will score. Hovden will score. Marlowe with a 2-run, 2-out double, and for the first time tonight, Decorah takes the lead. Jake Marlowe coming through with 2 outs, doubling to right center field to score Nimrod and Hovden. His second double, RBIs 17 and 18 on the season for Jake Marlowe, and it's a 3-2 lead for Decorah. The first time tonight the Vikings have had the lead, and Andy Sinkink will look to keep it going. He's 1 for 2. The run of Nimrod charged to McMillan as the pitch in there for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. The Hovden run charged to Zeiser, so he's now the pitcher of record. Pitch swung on and missed. It's 0-2.
Come on, Andy.
Zeiser has Independence's best record on the season. of 5-2. The 0-2 delivery missed outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. 1-2 on Andy Sinkink. Marlowe away from second. Zeiser comes set. 1-2 to Andy. Ground ball towards short. Fielded there by Butzloff. He'll throw on to first base to retire Sinkink. And the side is out here in the 5th inning. 2 runs, 3 hits. No errors, 1 left. The Jake Marlowe 2-run, 2-out double has put Decorah on top. The Vikings lead it by a 3-2 margin. Colin Nimrod will pitch with a lead for the first time in this ball game. A Jake Marlowe 2-run, 2-out double in the bottom of the 5th inning has given Decorah a 3-2 lead. 3 runs on 6 hits for Decorah, 2 runs on 3 hits for Independence. Colin Nimrod has struck out 5. He has walked 1 and given up 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 of them earned through his 5 innings. The pitch count has been very economical. This will only be his 56th pitch of the game to Luke House as the pitch goes high. 1 ball, no strikes. House struck out swinging in the first and Singleton scored in the 4th. Here's a fly ball center field. Underneath it is Jake Hovden. He will make a 2-handed catch in medium to deep center for the first out here in the 6th inning. 1 down, nobody on, and the batter is Cyrus Butters. Butters grounded to first in the 2nd inning and tripled to right to score House in the 4th. At the time, that gave Independence a 2-1 lead. Nimrod delivers, and the pitch outside on the breaking ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Butters, a left-hand hitter against the right-hander Nimrod. Collin with the 1-0. Outside corner taken for a strike, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Winner of this one will face the winner of West Delaware walk-on coming up at 7 o'clock tonight. Pitch swung on, popped up, shallow right field. Out is the second baseman Sinkink. He will make a chest-high 2-handed catch, 5 steps to the outfield grass, and there's 2 down in the 6th. So Nimrod has retired 4 in a row, then that ties his longest consecutive batter retired streak of the game. I take that back. He retired 5 in a row in the 1st and the 2nd. And Joey Zeiser will bat for the first time in this ball game. Zeiser looks at the first pitch low, 1 ball, no strikes. He came on in relief in the bottom of the 5th inning and is now the pitcher of record for Independence. Zeiser is a .280 hitter, no extra base hits, and 7 RBI. Next pitch outside, 2 balls, no strikes to count. The 2-0. Curve caught the corner outside edge to the right-hand hitting Zeiser. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 from Collins. Swung on a ground ball underneath the glove of LaRue and into shallow center. So Zeiser will reach on the 4th error of the night for Decorah. Zeiser will get a courtesy runner now. I believe that will be Nick Holt. It will be. Holt was running for McMillan earlier. If the pitcher spot moves, the courtesy runner does not. Holt at first, 2 down, and Clay Sturts will be the batter. 3-2 Decorah. Here in the top of the 6th inning. The pitch swung on and missed. Runner goes. Late throw from Qualley. Not in time. So Holt steals second, so Sturts will have a runner in scoring position. He struck out looking in the 2nd, reached out an error in the 4th. A 3-2 lead for Decorah in the bottom of the 6th inning. The pitch swung on and a blooper towards right, and it's knocked down there by Sinkink. He'll keep it on the infield. Andy will pick it up, throw to the plate. Not in time. The throw caroms off of Nimrod's glove, and up to second base will go Clay Sturts. A nice effort by Andy Sinkink, who knocked down the ball at the top of his leap, but couldn't come up with the ball as he threw to the plate. Nimrod tried to cut off the throw. The ball caromed off his glove, and that allowed Sturts to move up to second base on the play. It is now a 3-3 ball game, and Sturts will get a pinch runner out at second base. It'll be Travis Takemeyer. Running for Clay Sturts at second. A runner at second, 2 down, 1 in. A 3-3 game now, and Colin Butzloff will start the fourth trip around the Independence batting order. The pitch swung on and missed, and it gets by Qualley. A late throw from Qualley is not in time as Tegmeyer gets there sliding. Qualley got to that ball quick enough that it put some drama in the play, but it's no balls and 1 strike. 3-3 game, 2 of the 3 runs unearned for Independence. The pitch swung on and missed. It got by Qualley right between his wickets, but he got to it quick enough to avoid runner advancement. No balls and 2 strikes. Collins' out pitch is a curveball, but with the first 2 curveballs of this at bat, getting by the catcher, do you have enough confidence in your catcher to stop a curveball here on 0-2? No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch, another curveball swung on and missed. Qualley hangs onto it, and that's that here in the 6th. 1 run, 1 hit, 2 Decorah errors, 5 total on the night for Decorah, and 1 runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is a 3-3 game, Decorah and Independence. 3-3 game as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Qualley, Boren, Varney for Decorah. .44% of the runs that Decorah has given up this season have been unearned. 2 of the 3 that Independence have scored tonight has been unearned. Decorah now with 71 errors in their 33 games. Qualley, Boren, Varney in the 6th. 3-3 game. Qualley 1 for 1. He singled to left in the 2nd inning and sacrificed a runner up in the 4th. Decorah took a 3-2 lead in the 5th inning with the 2-out, 2-run double by Jacob Marlowe, but a Viking error allowed a run to score in the 6th inning as Qualley swings and misses at the first offering from Joey Zeiser, who is now the pitcher of record for Independence. McMillan with the first 4 1/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. 0-1 delivery drops low. 4, 1 ball, 1 strike to Qualley. One and 1 the count in the pitch. Ground ball towards short. Charging there is Butzloff. He'll throw to first base, and he got Qualley by a step. 1 down in the 6th inning. And the batter will be Austin Bohr. Bounced into a double play in the 2nd. Grounded to short in the 4th, 0 for 2. Vikings with 6 hits on the night. Independence with 4. Zeiser ready, and the pitch. Curveball down and away, 1 ball, no strikes. Zeiser with the 1-0, swinging a foul back off the bat of Bohr. 1 ball, 1 strike. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 due for Independence in the 7th inning, but the Mustangs with some work to do before they get to that point as Bohr fouls at first base side, Steger after it, and he can't get there as it lands in the first base coach's box. The most hustle we've seen out of Connor Doyle since his senior year. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. One-two delivery. Ground ball to the right side. Charging at second. It's Sturts. He will pick it up and throw to first base, and Bohr beats it out. The ball ended up dying on the infield grass just in front of the dirt between first and second. Sturts got to it, but threw to first base to retire Bohr, or to not retire Bohr. Bohr hustled and beat it out. And Dawson Meyer will be the pinch runner for Austin Bohr. 1 on, 1 out, 6th inning. And Gabe Varney will be the batter. Varney singled and scored in the 3rd, grounded to 2nd in the 4th. 3-3 game, bottom of the 6th. Decorah, the higher seed in the sub-state, so they are the home team. Zeiser with the throw to first base, a high throw. And Meyer back to the bag standing. Dawson has played some JV, but this is his first varsity action since, I believe, the Mason City game, which was playing night number 2. The pitch goes outside. 1 ball, no strikes. To Varney. Actually, they called that one a strike on the outside edge. My mistake. No balls, 1 strike to count. Zeiser comes set, 0-1 to Varney, high and tight. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike to the left-hand hitting Varney. Andy Sinkink took a few warm-up tosses down the left field line as Varney swings and misses at the next offering from Zeiser. 1 ball, 2 strikes with Minks on deck. One, 2, high for 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Dawson Meyer running for Bohr off of first. Comes set, the 2-2 delivery fouled off. There's a breaking ball down and in, and Varney doing a good job of protecting. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes on Varney. 1 down here in the 6th inning. Cole Minks on deck. We are tied at 3 in this district semifinal. The pause and the 2-2 inside to Varney. In fact, it hit him. So Varney hit by the pitch. Go ahead run to second in the person of Dawson Meyer. And the batter is Cole Minks. He sacrificed a runner up in the 3rd. He grounded to second in the 5th. Minks into the right-hand side of the batter's box. The pause and the pitch. Minksy fouls the first one off. No balls, 1 strike. Minks 0 for 1 on the night with the sacrifice. Colin Nimrod waiting in the on-deck circle. Meyer off a second, Varney off a first. 0-1 to Minksy, swinging a pop-up foul straight back and out of play, so it's no balls, 2 strikes on Cole Minks. The pause by Zeiser. And the 0-2 delivery swung on a little number up the third base side foul. So the count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Meyer running for Bohr, who got on an infield hit. Then Varney was hit by a pitch. There's 1 out in the inning, and it's 1-2 on Cole Minks. Zeiser delivers the 1-2. Swung on, smacked into right center field. After it is the center fielder, Pink. He will make the catch. The runners will stay put, and there's 2 down in the inning. Minksy gave it a ride, but Pink there to make the play. 2 down, 2 on, and Colin Nimrod will be the batter. And the Independence coach out to talk to Zeiser. And they are going to switch pitchers as it appears Colin Butzloff, the shortstop, will come to the mound. We'll tell you about the changes here in a moment. Runners at first and second, 2 down. Colin Butzloff moves from shortstop to pitcher. Tom Reef re-enters the game to play third, and Matt McMillan moves from third to short. Colin Nimrod will be the batter. He walked in the first, walked in the third, doubled right, and scored in the 5th inning. Butzloff making his 2nd relief appearance, his 6th appearance overall, 2-2 with a 2.55 ERA. Opponents only hitting 153 against him. Meyer at second and Varney at first as Colin looks at a strike, 0-1. Colin has been on base all 3 times. He scored what was the tying run in the 5th, the 0-1. Just missed outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. The runners on base, the responsibility of Zeiser. Dawson off a second, Varney off a first, 1-1 delivery high and tight to Nimrod. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Meyer off a second, Varney off a first. Butzloff gets the sign, comes set, and the pitch swung on and hit to right field. It'll land for a base hit. Dawson Meyer coming to the plate. The throw will not be in time. Moving to third is Varney on a 2-out RBI single for Colin Nimrod. Decorah goes up by a 4-3 margin.
Way to play, Colin. Way to play with heart. Way to go.
15th RBI of the season for Colin Nimrod, and none bigger than that one right there. And Jake Hovden will try to give Decorah some insurance. Hovden 1 for 3, popped to first in the first, flew out to right in the third, and singled and scored in the 5th. Independence will have 2, 3, and 4 due in the top of the 7th inning, but Hovden looking to extend this frame. Good cut and a foul ball in the first offering from Butzloff. No balls and 1 strike. A 4-3 lead for Decorah. Butzloff ready in the pitch. Runner goes, pitch taken low, and Nimrod will go into second with a head-first slide. Although there was no throw. 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 1 the count. Butzloff ready, 1-1. Breaking ball outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. The only thing about stealing, you do put the runner in scoring position, but now you open up a base and you can pitch around your RBI leader if you're Independence. 2-1, swung on and a ground ball up the middle, fielded at second, bobbled at second by Sturts. Everyone's going to be safe. 1 run will score, and coming to the plate is Nimrod. The throw there is not in time, or in time, I should say. And it'll be a 5-3 lead for Decorah going to the 7th inning. So Hovden will reach on an error that allows Varney to score. Nimrod tried to score from third on the play, and he was out by a ways at the plate. But Decorah scored 2 on 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. We head to the top half of the 7th inning. Decorah leads it by a 5-3 margin. A 5-3 lead for Decorah as we go to the 7th inning. It'll be hitters 2, 3, and 4 for the Vikings as they try to win a first-round game for the 4th consecutive year. Callan has only thrown 69 pitches. He's walked 1, he has struck out 5, and 2 of the 3 runs that he has given up have been unearned. Seth House is 0 for 2 with the sacrifice. First pitch, a strike to him, no balls, 1 strike. Struck out swinging in the first, sacrificed to runner up in the 3rd, and popped to the pitcher in the 5th. 0-1 delivery, outside cornered at the knees, taken for strike 2, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. Nothing in 2 the count. The pitch swung on, fly ball into right field, and that'll land in front of Bohr for a base hit. So the tying run will come to the plate as House reaches to start the 7th inning. And it'll be a courtesy runner coming in for Independence, as Kenyon Hush will be the batter. That hit was only the 5th of the night for Independence. It'll be Nick Holt running at first base for Seth House. Kenyon Hush on the night reached on an error in the 1st, struck out swinging in the 3rd, and walked in the 5th. 0 for 2 on a walk. Colin Nimrod has given up 5 hits and 1 earned run through his 6+ thus far. Pitch number 72 coming up for Nimrod. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. He got ahead of House 0-2 before he gave up the base hit. The pause and the 0-1. Runner goes, fly ball right field, relatively deep, backing up is Bourne. It's over his head. Heading towards third base and getting a go sign is House. The throw to third base. There is going to be an out at third base as the run comes home. Sinking to Dostal, retires the batter. It's a 5-4 ball game. Hush got a double on the play. House, or rather Holt, the courtesy runner, scores on the play. But Hush retired 9-4-5 for the first out in the inning. So the base is empty, a 5-4 game now, and the batter is Matt McMillan. McMillan 0 for 3 on the night as he hits a ground ball towards second. It's picked up there by Sinkink, and another error by Decorah. My goodness. 6 errors on the night for the Vikings. How this team is up 5-4 is beyond me right now. 6 errors for Decorah, and now the tying run on base and Nick Steger at the plate. Steger 0 for 3 on the night. Runner goes, pitch taken low, and the runner goes, and he'll be up at second base. 1-0 the count on Steger, who's grounded to short in the first, struck out swinging in the fourth, and grounded back to Nimrod in the fifth. No balls and 1 strike in the pitch. Breaking ball low and away. It's 2 balls and no strikes now. The 2-0 curveball swung on and missed as Steger went fishing without any bait. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Two balls, 1 strike the count. 5-4 Decorah, top of the 7th. Nimrod ready, and the pitch swung on and a ground ball foul, third base side. So now it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Colin has not had a strikeout since Steger's at bat back in the 4th. 2-2 the count. Tying run at second for Independence. The pitch inside on the fastball, and it's dropped by Qualley. A throw to third base, not in time. Now McMillan is going to try to score as the throw gets away. Dostal's throw to the plate is in time for the second out of the inning.
Woo! He's out. Woo!
2 down in the inning. Independence's coach is out to talk to the home plate umpire, Dan Klein. Now he's going to talk to Bob Jacobson to see if there was any runner interference on the play. My guess is this one is not going to get called. To me, it was an awfully silly decision to try to go in that situation, and some very shoddy base running for Independence has definitely helped out Decorah here in the top of the 7th inning. The Independence coach still arguing with Bob Jacobson, and the conversation now will include the home plate umpire, Dan Klein. There was a little bit of a collision at third because Dostal got up and tried to get the baseball to his right. Dostal and Matt McMillan collided a bit, and I guess I got to plead a little bit of ignorance on the rules here. And I don't think that this call is going to get overturned.
All right, let's go, guys. One more out. Okay, Colin.
It's 3 balls and 2 strikes on Steger.
Who wants it? Who wants it?
2 down here in the inning, and boy,
Come on, guys. Go there. Stay on top of it.
the Vikes have had the horseshoe up you-know-where here in the top of the 7th. You don't apologize for it when you get a little lucky. 5-4 Decorah, 3-2, 2 down here in the inning. Steger is 0 for 3. It's 3-2, and the pitch swung on or taken low and away. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes now. I thought. So now they're saying it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. I guess I was off on the pitch too. And I think it should have been a 3-2 count, and I think Steger should be on base here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And Independence's coach has a complaint there, and it's, to me, a justified one as the curveball goes outside for ball 4. This has been the darndest inning. Runner at first, 2 down.
Strike him out. Get ready.
Luke House is the batter. He struck out swinging in the first inning, singled and scored in the 4th, and flew out to center in the 6th. And now an offensive timeout is being asked for by Independence. The runner at first, 2 down. Decorah has technically not retired a batter in this inning. The inning started with a House single to right, and then there was a double to right for Kenyon Hush to allow Nick Holt, the courtesy runner for House, to score. Hush was thrown out at third, 9-4-5. Then McMillan reached on an error. He stole second. A fastball got him to third. The ball from Qualley to Dostal got away from McMillan a little bit and caromed up the line. McMillan tried to score. Dostal threw to the plate. Qualley applied the tag for the second out of the inning. Now Steger walks, and Luke House will be the batter. He's 1 for 3. 5-4 Decorah here in the 7th inning. And the pitch swung on a fly ball towards right field. After it is Austin Bohr, and he will not be able to get it. Rounding third and coming to the plate is Steger. He will score. Sinking's throw to third base, and Independence is going to be out there. Boy, some shoddy base running for Independence in this frame has frankly saved Decorah. Luke House a double to right to score Steger to tie the game. And House retired at third, 9-4-5. Baseball says you don't make the first and the third out at third base. Well, Independence made them both in that inning. I'm going to be honest, folks. Decorah should be trailing in this game. But it's tied going to the bottom of the 7th inning. And it'll be LaRue, Marlowe, and Sinkink in the 7th inning to face Colin Butzloff, who gave up the 2-run single to Nimrod, which gave Decorah a 5-3 lead. And there was some shoddy base running for Decorah that didn't allow the 6th run to potentially score in the bottom of the 6th inning. And it's been interesting, compelling baseball, but it's been hardly good baseball, let's be honest about it tonight. As LaRue, Marlowe, and Sinkink will face Butzloff here in the bottom of the 7th inning. A 5-5 game against a couple of teams that have 15 wins on the season. Brett LaRue will start things here in the 7th. He walked in the 1st, reached on an error in the 3rd, and struck out swinging in the 5th. Butzloff delivers, and the pitch inside corner for a strike, 0-1. Butzloff ready in the 0-1, swinging a foul, right side and out of play, so it is no balls and 2 strikes. Oh, 2 on LaRue.
Come on, Brett.
Butzloff ready. 0-2 delivery. Ground ball towards third. Charging there is Tom Reef. He'll throw on to first base to retire LaRue. 1 down in the 7th inning for Jake Marlowe. Marlowe 1 for 3 on the night. Grounded to short in the 1st. Struck out swinging in the 3rd and had a 2-run double in the 5th inning.
Come on, Jacob. Come on, Marlowe.
Marlowe swings and misses. Home run cut, no contact. No balls, 1 strike to count on Marlowe. 0-1 delivery. A little bit low, 1 ball and 1 strike. 5-5 game, bottom of the 7th. Butzloff ready in the 1-1, swung on and missed. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now. 1-2 the count, the pitch. Swung on and missed. Marlowe late on a breaking ball low and away. So there's 2 down in the inning. There is yet to be an offensive inning in which the Vikings have been knocked down in order. Andy Sinkink will try to continue that trend. Sinkink 1 for 3, struck out swinging in the 2nd, single to right in the 4th, grounded to short in the 5th. The pitch blown outside, 1 ball, no strikes. One swinging a foul back, 1 ball, 1 strike to count. One. Swung on, fly ball into center field. Pink is under it, and he will make the catch to retire the side in free district baseball here in Manchester tonight. We go to the 8th inning. It is Decorah and Independence tied at 5. A 5-5 game as we go to the 8th inning. Extra inning baseball here in Manchester tonight. Colin Nimrod still out there for Decorah. First pitch outside to Cyrus Butters. 1 ball, no strikes. Butters 1 for 3 with an RBI triple. Fly ball deep left center field. Minksy is after it, and he can't get there. That one off the fence. Butters will have a leadoff double to start the 8th inning. Go ahead run at second for Independence. And Tom Reef will be the batter.
Okay, Colin. Strike.
Reef re-entered the game in his 2 at-bats previous. He flew out to center in the second and grounded into a fielder's choice on a failed squeeze play in the 4th. Bunting is Reef. He does so up the third base side. Nimrod will field. Nobody covers first. My goodness. That one won't go down as an error, but brain cramp 2 ways there. Colin was there to make the play, but and Coach Olenzak will be heading out to talk to the infield and battery, 1st and 3rd, with nobody out here in the 8th inning. Butters at 3rd, Reef at 1st. It was a good bunt. Reef did his job. You can't fault him for that. He would have moved the runner up to 3rd, but unfortunately, nobody covered first. Coach O out to try to calm everybody down here as the batter will be Clay Sturtz, who's been on base twice. He struck out looking in the 2nd, reached on an error in the 4th, and singled to right in the 6th. With the go-ahead run at 3rd, you'd imagine that the infield has to play up here.
Go, bye. Good game.
As Dan Klein goes out and interrupts the conversation. It looks like
Come on, let's get
Independence, actually that's still Reef at first base. The runner at 3rd will be Butters. He had a double to start off the frame. And the batter is Clay Sturtz. Infield up at the corners, and I guess Decorah is going to play it back up the middle here. Sturtz 1 for 3 as Nimrod steps off. Seeing if anything's up on the base pass there. Nimrod ready at the pitch inside. The runner goes, and taking second uncontested will be Tom Reef. One and 0 the count. 2nd and 3rd, nobody out, 8th inning. Independence scored 2 in the top of the 7th to tie the game. The 1-0 delivery, a chopper towards second, knocked down there by Sinking. He holds the runner at 3rd and gets the out at 1st. And now the top of the order up, 2nd and 3rd, 1 down. And Colin Butzloff, the now pitcher in the game for Independence, will be the batter. Butzloff triple and scored in the 1st, hit by a pitch in the 3rd, grounded to the pitcher in the 4th inning, and struck out swinging in the 6th. Infield up at all 4 spots for Independence. Decorah is going to put on Butzloff and set up a force at any base. And the infield will remain up because Decorah's got to cut down that lead runner.
Place it home.
And Seth House will be the batter. House struck out swinging in the 1st, sacrificed runner up in the 3rd, popped to the pitcher in the 5th, and singled and scored in the 7th. House 1 for 4 or 1 for 3. He'll look at a strike from Nimrod. No balls and 1 strike. No balls, 1 strike to count. 0-1 delivery. Just missed the outside edge. It is 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Butters 3rd, Reef at 2nd. Curveball misses low and away. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Butzloff, the runner at 1st. Two-one. Outside again. It's now 3 balls and 1 strike on House.
Come on, Colin.
Come on now.
Take him out.
Pitch number 95 coming for Colin Nimrod right now. The pitch outside, ball 4, and he'll walk in a run. Independence takes a 6-5 lead on a bases-loaded walk to House. And Holt will run for him at first. Kenyon Hush reached on an error in the first, struck out swinging in the third, walked in the fifth, doubled to right in the seventh to knock in a run. 6-5 Independence, top of the eighth inning. Bases loaded, one down, infield up for Decorah. Hush delivers fly ball, center field and deep, retreating is Jay Cubden, and he won't be able to get there. 2 runs will score on the 2-run double by Kenyon Hush. And it is now a lead of 8-5 for Independence. Hush with doubles in his last 2 at-bats, 2 doubles and 3 RBIs, and it looks like Andy Sinkik is going to come into this game. We'll tell you about the changes here momentarily. Andy Sinkink will move from second base to the mound. Colin Nimrod will move from the mound to shortstop, and Brett LaRue will move from shortstop to second base. Still only a 1 out in the inning. A bases-loaded walk to Seth House and a Kenyon Hush 2-run double has given Independence an 8-5 lead. Sinkink will try to stop the bleeding, facing Matt McMillan. Bases, runners at second and third, and the infield up at all 4 spots. Matt McMillan fouls the first pitch away. No balls and 1 strike. McMillan 0 for 3, but he's reached on 2 errors. Decorah has committed 6 errors on the night. Oh-1, swung on a ground ball. Diving stop made by LaRue. He's going to throw to the plate, and the throw goes wild. 1 run is in. Second run coming to the plate. The throw there not in time. It's 10-5 Independence. LaRue made a nice play to try to stop her, but his throw to the plate was late and wide. You commit 7 errors in any baseball game, you're not going to win. I mean, that's just the bottom line. There's been other missed plays and other defensive mental lapses that have been there too. I mean, that's giving a team 2+ more innings of outs in a game. Nick Steger will be the batter. Still only 1 out and runner at second, and the ball goes through the legs of Qualley. And McMillan will reach third base. 5 here in the 8th inning. What really gives you heartburn, though, is you were up by 1 run. You had 2 down and a 3-2 pitch in the 7th inning. You allowed a walk, and then you allowed a double for another run to score. 10-5 the score. The pitch goes high. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Sinkink comes set in the 2-0 delivery. Chopper third base side. And Sinkink bobbles it momentarily. Dasto will field, but won't have a play at first base, so an infield hit for Steger. So first and third, still only 1 out in a never-ending top of the 8th inning. 10-5 Independence. Luke House will be the batter, 2 for 4. Got an RBI double his last time up to tie the game in the 7th. First and third, 1 down. Runner at first takes off. His House hits one deep to left field, and Cole Minks is going to watch that one go. Three-run homer for Luke House. 8-run 8th inning for Independence. 13-5 Mustangs. House's first home run of the season. That is Independence's first home run of the season. And Cyrus Butters, who led off the 8th inning with a double, will be the batter. And now he smokes one out in the right field, and he's going to get another two-bagger. That one splits Bohr and Hubden out in right field. Now Butter is going to head to third base as Hubden had a little trouble coming up with the ball, and Butters will reach third base with still only one out. Eight-run inning for Independence. And Tom Reef, who is 0 for 3 in the game, he reached on a fielder's choice and scored earlier this frame. Sinkink delivers and a ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit. Reef with an RBI single. It's now a 9-run frame. 8 straight batters have reached base for Independence. It is 14-5 Independence. Embarrassingly, I tell you, we're in the top of the 8th inning.
Hey, on deck! On deck, get the bat! Get the bat, on deck!
But wasn't for some weird base running in the top half of the, the top half of the 7th inning. The Vikes probably should have been trailing heading into that frame too. The pitch swung on and fouled third base side and out of play from Sturts. No balls and 1 strike. Independence does have a pitcher up in the bullpen. The 0-1 delivery. Swing and a little nubber up the first base side foul. No balls and 2 strikes. 14-5 Independence. A 9-run top of the 8th inning. Oh, 0-2 the count with 1 down. 0-2 delivery, ground ball right back to Sinkink. He'll field in front of the mound and throw on to first base for the 2nd out of the inning. And that ends a string of 8 consecutive batters reaching for Independence. 2 down and a runner at second for Colin Butzloff, who is batting for the 6th time in this game. He was intentionally walked and scored in his first at-bat of this frame. He's the 13th batter to come up in this frame as Butzloff hits one well out into left center field, and Jake Hubden is near the fence. He will make the catch to retire the side, but Independence with 9 runs on 6 hits, helped out by 2 Decorah errors and 1 runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. We have officially reached weirder things have happened level. It's 14-5 Independence. Well, you're not supposed to score 9 runs in an extra inning. Well, if you're not supposed to do it, you might as well break the rules and try it yourself, because you gave up 9 in the top of the 8th. Decorah trails 14-5. We are in the bottom of the 8th inning. Caleb Qualley is 1 for 3 on the night. Qualley singled to left in the 2nd, sacrificed a runner up in the 4th, grounded to short in the 6th. First pitch out of the zone, 1 ball, no strikes. Colin Butzloff has left the mound. Elliot Ryan is now pitching, the 4th pitcher of the night for Independence. As the pitch goes low, it's 2 balls, no strikes. Butzloff back to short. McMillan back to third. Reef has left the ballgame. 2 balls, no strikes on Qualley. 2-0 the count and the pitch. Taking low and away. It's 3 balls, no strikes. Tell you what, a tip the cap to this young man. Didn't really play at all last year and waited out his turn and Did some nice things his senior year. 3-0 delivery low for ball 4. As Caleb Qualley reaches here in the 8th inning.
Call timeout.
And Cam Korsnes will get his courtesy at first base. Runner at first, nobody out, and Trevor Phillips will bat for Austin Bohr.
Step out. Step out.
Phillips on the season, 2 for 30 with a 5 RBI total this year. Phillips looks at the first pitch outside as Ryan has thrown 5 straight balls, 1 ball, no strikes. If anyone planning to go to the walk-on West Delaware game at dinner reservations later tonight, push them back. 1-0 delivery in there for a strike. It's 1 ball, 1 strike as Ryan finally throws a strike. 9 runs on 6 hits in the top half of the 8th inning for Independence. Pitch in the dirt, 2 balls, 1 strike. Decorah gave up 2 runs going to the top of the 7th inning. Independence has to tie the game. Independence has scored 11 unanswered runs since a Nimrod 2-run single in the 6th. Pitch in there for a strike. It's 2-2. (14-5) Independence. 2-2 delivery. Low and away. It's now 3 balls, 2 strikes on Trevor, with Korsnes running for Qualley at first. (3-2) delivery. Low and inside for ball 4, so a couple of free passes. Starts things here in the 8th inning. And now the pitching coach for Independence going out to talk to Elliot Ryan. Well, I go back a year ago. In a district final, Decorah was trailing 7-1 going to the top half of the 7th inning. I wouldn't have dreamt Decorah would have came back and taken the lead in that game. So, again, weirder things have happened. As the pitching coach for Independence ends the conversation between Elliot Ryan and the battery. First and second, nobody out. Bottom of the 8th inning, 14-5, Independence. Gabe Varney has scored 2 of the 5 runs for Decorah. Singled and scored in the 3rd, grounded to second in the 4th, hit by a pitch and scored in the 6th. At the time, believe it or not, that was the go-ahead run. Korsnes off a second, Phillips off a first. Ryan delivers, pitch outside corner for a strike to Varney. No balls and 1 strike. Pitch, curveball inside for 1 ball, 1 strike on Varney. One delivery. Pitch taken low. It's 2 balls and 1 strike on Gabe Varney. Korsnes away from second. Phillips away from first. The 2-1 delivery. Looper towards short. Caught it short by Butzlaff, and that's the first out here in the 8th inning. First and second, 1 down. Cole Minks the batter. 0 for 3, but he's had good at-bats. Technically 0 for 2. A sacrifice in the 3rd. Grounded to second in the 5th. Line to center in the 6th. First and second, 1 down. Minks swinging and missing at the first offering from Elliot Ryan. No balls and 1 strike. Korsnes off a second and Phillips off a first. The pause will look back at second in the 0-1. Little never up the third base side foul. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Nothing and 2 on Minksy. Oh, 2 delivery. up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball game approaching 2 hours, 15 minutes, and this is only the first one in Manchester tonight. 1-2 delivery, swing a foul, right side, not a play. So we'll do it again at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Independence 2 to tie it up in the 7th, and 9 to take control in the top of the 8th. The pitch, high and outside. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes on Minksy with Colin Nimrod to follow. Two and 2 the count. And the pitch swung on, popped up, third base side, foul territory. McMillan going over, and it's going to land out of play. So we'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Come on, Decorah.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Minksy. Ryan comes set, 2-2 delivery, low and in the dirt. It gets by the catcher House, so moving up to third is Korsnes. Moving down to second is Phillips. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. Bottom of the 8th inning, 14-5, Independence. 1 out, second and third as Minks hits a ground ball towards the left side. Gets by Butzlaff and into left field for a base hit. Phillips stops at third as Korsnes scores. It is now a 14-6 ball game as Minks knocks in his 3rd run of the season. Colin Nimrod has been on base all 4 times tonight. Walked in the 1st, walked in the 3rd, doubled and scored in the 5th, knocked in 2 with 2 outs on a single in the 6th. The pitch, swinging a foul. No balls and 1 strike. This young man's had a heck of a baseball career and a heck of a baseball season this year. Going to play for Coach Brian Nickel up at Luther next year. And his uniform is pretty dirty, and that's just the type of player he's been as Colin gets hit. You recall 4 years ago, he was a part of that state runner-up team. He was the starting second baseman, as it looks like Elliot Ryan is going to get lifted from this game. He's only retired 1 batter, walked 2, hit 1, and given up a hit. It's a 14-6 ball game, and a pitching change coming for Independence. Runners at first and third, 1 down. 8th inning, a 14-6 lead for Independence. The new pitcher is Spencer Pink as Elliot Ryan moves out to center field. Jake Hovden is 1 for 4 officially, but he's been on base his last 4 times as he smacks one into left field. It'll be a base hit. Phillips will score. Minks will stop at third. And it is a 14-7 ball game. The Vikes only a touchdown away. Jake Hovden with RBI number 20 on the season. And Brett LaRue will look to keep things going. Minks third, Nimrod second, Hovden first. As LaRue looks at the first pitch high, 1 ball, no strikes. Pink out of the windup, and the pitch swung on a fly ball towards center field. Ryan is under it. He will make the catch. Tagging at third, coming to the plate is Minks. He will score. And there's 2 outs in the inning. It is now a 14-8 ball game as LaRue knocks in his 15th run of the year. And Jake Marlowe will be the batter. So after giving up 9 in the top of the 8th inning, the Vikes are fighting back as they got 3, but there's only so much that can be expected with only 3 outs to play with, but it ain't over yet. As Marlowe looks at the first pitch low and away, no balls and 1 strike, and the way this game is going, you better not count that final out until it's actually accomplished. 14-8, Independence. We're in the 8th inning. The 1-0 delivery is high. 2 balls and no strikes to count. Nimrod off of second. Hovden off of first. The 2-0 low for 3 balls, no strikes. Marlowe, the 8th batter of the inning. Pitch outside, ball 4.
All right. All right, Andy, come on now. All right, Andy.
Marlowe draws a walk. Nimrod third, Hovden second, and Andy Sinkink at the plate. And Joe Kanoki will run for Marlowe at first. Sinkink 1 for 4 on the 9th. Hard to believe the tying run is now in the hole for Decorah. I say this in as clean of a way as it can be said. This is one of the damnedest baseball games I've ever seen. The pitch to Sinkink, a ground ball foul, first base side. No balls and 1 strike. Decorah has scored 3 runs on only 2 hits this frame. Independence has 14 runs on 13 hits. Decorah has 8 runs as Sinkink fouls that one away. No balls, 2 strikes on 10 hits. 8 errors for Decorah, 2 errors for Independence. That's the difference. Ground ball, right side. Kicked away from the second baseman, Sturts. 1 run is in. Hovden will score as well. Sinkink puts it in play. Gets 2 runs home on an error. It's now 14-10. My goodness.
There you go, Andy.
Oh boy. And Cam Korsness now will bat for Qualley. Was 1 for 3 with a walk as the pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes. First and second, 2 down.
Take the ball. Take one for the team.
1-0. Outside corner for a strike. Decorah is 1 batter away from bringing the tying run to the plate after giving up 9 in the top half of this inning. 1-1. High to Korsness. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. 10th batter of this inning. Independence sent 13 to the plate in the bottom half of the inning. A curve ball for a strike, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. 2-2 with 2 down, 2 on. 14-10 Independence in the 8th inning. The 2-2 delivery to Korsness. That one hit towards right field. It's going to get through for a base hit. Kanoki is going to come to the plate. He will score. It's 14-11, and by golly, the tying run is going to come to the plate. Cam Korsness with the 2-out RBI single. And Colin Butzlaff is going to come into the game. He is the pitcher of record right now for Independence, and it'll be his job to shut Decorah down and get that 24th out. We'll tell you more about him in a moment. Ground ball to short, picked up there by McMillan. A ground ball to short, picked up by McMillan. He'll throw to second base, and that will be that. So a valiant rally in the bottom of the 8th inning falls short as Decorah scores 5 after giving up 9 in the top of the 8th inning. They score 5 in the bottom of the 8th, but it's too little too late as Independence will move on to the district final by a 14-10 margin. 14 runs, 13 hits, 3 errors, and 8 left for Independence. 10 runs, 11 hits, 8 errors, and 9 left for Decorah. The winning pitcher will be Colin Butzloff. He is now 3-2 on the season. The losing pitcher is Colin Nimrod, unfortunately, and he drops to 9-6. So that's going to do it for the summer of Decorah sports. And again, I try not to be sappy when it comes to seniors because that's something that teams can do on a end of the year banquet type thing. But the way summer sports is getting to be, and with some outside influences who, in my mind, sometimes don't often have the kids' best interest at heart, it's tough to stay out for a summer sport. I'll give a tip of the hat to any senior that does so. Jake Hovden, Tyler Dostal, Colin Nimrod, Caleb Qualley, Austin Bohr, Andy Sinkink, Brett LaRue, and you know what? Nowadays it's just getting tough to stay out your senior year, but those kids did it, and a lot of them were pretty nice contributors to this year's team, and also Decorah baseball over the years, and overall Decorah sports. I mean, Colin Nimrod a few years ago was the second baseman on the state runner-up team. Brett LaRue, a state tennis champ this year. Jake Hovden, very good accolades for him as well, and they're taking off that Viking uniform for the final time tonight. So Independence will move on with a record of 16-25. Decorah will retire this season with a 15-18 record. Many people to thank for making the broadcast possible. First and foremost, our advertisers, the good sports-minded people who helped us bring the game wherever you were tonight. Without their help, this coverage would not be possible. So as always, we encourage you to support the businesses who support local high school sports. And lastly, and most importantly, we thank you, that's right, you, the listener, for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed our coverage not only tonight, but all season long. As the season comes to a close tonight, the Independence Mustangs beat the Decorah Vikings by a 14-10 margin in 8 innings. We'll be with you for 2A District semifinal baseball tomorrow night as Decorah, or as Southwind, will take on New Hampton. We'll have it for you at 6:50 tomorrow night. And 6 weeks from tonight will be our next Decorah broadcast as the Vikings will open up the 2015 football season against 2A defending state champion North Fayette Valley. Zach Current will be my color commentator this year, and I look forward to working with him, and should be a fun time. That'll be a 7 o'clock pregame and a 7:30 kickoff that night. So for our entire KDEC broadcast team, Darren Swenson saying so long from Manchester. Independence defeats Decorah 14-10. Thanks a bunch for tuning in tonight and all summer long. And Decorah Viking fans, we'll talk to you in the fall, 6 weeks from tonight. Baseball fans, we'll talk to you tomorrow night from Kilmer.